Hey everybody, I'm Justin Lester. I'm the creator of PastorGPT, and I told you guys, if you haven't heard about it, we have a better iteration of PastorGPT that goes beyond a RAG agent, a chatbot. Those of you who use PastorGPT.co, it is still yours. Go have some fun and engage with it. But this one is better. This is PastorGPT.io. And this tool is a whole database, if you will, for churches, for pastors, for leaders that actually goes beyond the pastor to the leader. And now today I want to walk you through the dashboard, because the dashboard is actually going to show you how this is not just for the pastor, but this is also for your staff. This will give you a chance to think about how your sermon can not only just be the sermon, but be repurposed in a number of different ways for your team to do amazing things and save some time of their week. So let me show you how it works. We're going to go to the dashboard of PastorGPT. You can see it on the screen here, and you can see this is the basic dashboard. You can see if I want to upload a sermon or write a sermon. So I'm going to take a sermon that I wrote here called When God Says Stop. I'm going to open up our workspace, and in the workspace here, you can see some of the things it has. So first of all, I had the Midwestern voice. I was preaching this particular sermon in the Midwest, and so I have different voices of Black people all across the country, because Black people, we're unique, and so different voices of people all across the country. And so and so the first thing we can do is we can do deep research. So we can start research on this text to ask it a couple of questions. And so this is a deep research prompt. So this is not just a regular average agent. This is a deep research agent, where if I wanted to say what's the current context of this text, it's not going to do deep research on my sermon. That's going to understand the text I'm preaching, all the scriptures that I wove into the text, and then do deep research on it. We're going to come back to it because, well, deep research takes some time. Well, actually, it's giving it to us now. So you can see it's coding it out for us first, and then it's going to give us the response, because I want to be really clear. As you can see, even as it's working, it brought in Dolores Williams, it brought in Howard Thurman, it brought in James Cone, it brought in different scriptures and cross references, it brought out the Hebrew, it brought out different terms that we could possibly think of. The goal here of this particular response is that you're able to dive deeper into the text. You can copy and paste this and put it into your sermon. Pretty cool. You can get feedback from it. So initial feedback, someone coaching you through to think through cultural connections, key suggestions, as well as your overall assessment of the text. You can then also dive into cross scriptural references. So these are the current ones we reference. You can see I reference in this text Genesis 44, Exodus 4, 1 Samuel 1, 1 Samuel 1, but then they recommend that based upon the text I'm preaching, there's some other scriptures I should bring into the text, because the scriptures we know all point to Jesus, and there's also the interwoven nature of historical context and what people are talking about, where their prayers were rooted. And so what we're able to do in PastorGPT is actually give you every single recommended addition that also goes, and then they recommend, if I'm going to continue to preach this and engage with people, these are the recommended passages for deeper study. Then when it comes to disciple making, well, what we can do with discipleship is this. You can use your sermon to make a small group guide, discussion questions, or a 7-day devotional. Now, this is going to your discipleship pastor, because sermons, our goal for preaching and teaching should be to disciple people. And so now PastorGPT allows you to do that very thing in here. Next then is marketing. So marketing then is you can create a social media campaign. This will give you talking head videos. So this will give you prompts for videos as well. You can use it to make an AI influencer. You can use it to make carousels. All of that is social media campaign. My first undergrad degree was in marketing. And so this for me is a little piggyback on the marketing piece here, where your sermon now can be repurposed to help you market what you do at your church. I gave you a post-sermon email, a pre-sermon email, and those of you who saw our first video know that if you train this on your voice, this is going to be a lot easier for you. And then blog posts as well, where you can write content for your website or your Substack. Then you have that's your marketing tools. You have quotes. So this is going to bring extracting quotes from your sermon. It's still going to run that and give it to me in a second. We have small group notes here. So if your small group, if your team is watching this or in part of this, they can then generate notes right here. And then if you get the team session, if you buy the team version, your team subscribers here so people can have conversations with you. All in all, I built this dashboard for an opportunity for you to have a space where you can utilize and engage holistically with your sermon, to repurpose it into 12 different ways, to have conversations with your sermon, to have deeper research on your sermon, and then you can still go to talk to PastorGPT. You can still do so much more on here. PastorGPT is a tool that is not only built by a pastor for churches, but not only built for pastors, for teachers, for spiritual development leaders, for any leader part of your church who wants to be great. So go ahead and try out PastorGPT.io, a tool built by a pastor for the local church, to build the church, to make your preaching better, your teaching better, and for you to be a better teacher and leader of the gospel. All right, you guys have an amazing day. Peace.